The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were the best team in the NFL at the end of the year, easily. Crushed Kansas City. So they have now agreed to terms with Lavonte David, the linebacker. Just made it work. They franchise tagged Chris Godwin, slot receiver. Great player. They just made it work. And apparently they're in talks now with Shaq Barrett, great player. Tom Brady's now restructuring his deal. They want to add another star. Anybody noticing a trend? And not just that aggressive teams win. I've talked about that ad nauseum. They now win immediately. KD to Golden State, title, year one. Kawhi to the Raptors, title, year one. LeBron, AD, title, year one. Tom Brady, Tampa, title, year one. Mookie Betts, Dodgers, title, year one. You don't even have to wait. You don't have to speculate. By the time people are talking about expectations, you're bringing home a trophy. And it never used to be that way. At best, it was year two. Guys learned the system, but usually there was a process to it. Why? I was thinking about this morning. For all of my adult life, bad teams needed stars to quickly fix their problems. Mediocre to slightly above mediocre teams went and got stars because they thought it put them in a different class. Now it's changed. Now the great teams are like, let's get greater. Tampa Bay's like, yeah, we dominated. Let's add more. Dodgers kept winning their division title, best roster in baseball. They're like, no, let's go get the best player in the game. I mean, think about that. Think what the Rams did this year. The Rams went 10-6 in the toughest division. And if a call got overturned in Buffalo early in the year, they were 11-5. They go on the road and win a playoff game. And they're like, well, yeah, we're going to upgrade at quarterback. Jared Goff was 42-20 and got to a Super Bowl with Sean McVay. They're like, not really good enough. We're going to upgrade at quarterback. He was 42-20. He went 10-6 in the toughest division. Broken hand end of the year. Won a playoff game with a broken hand. Not good enough. Golden State won a title. Following year, they win 73 games. They lose in game 7. And they're like, you know what? That's not good enough. Let's get KD. What? I mean, the fact that Tom Brady's like, no, I want to rework this to get another star. It didn't used to be that way. Like, you were great. Your job was safe. Your GM, your job was safe. Coach, your job was safe. Now franchises are worth $1 billion. Owners, they don't want one. They want multiple. So the only thing that guarantees employment for a GM and for a coach is multiple. You can always say, well, they won a title, but Gene Chizik won a title at Auburn. There's been a lot, some average quarterbacks. So Brad Johnson won a title in Tampa. That's why Jimmy Garoppolo, San Francisco. They're a great team. They're like, no, let's upgrade. That's not good enough. Now you get it. And it's why I kind of roll my eyes at these teams that are like, well, we just can't quite fit J.J. Watt into our. What are you doing? Well, I mean, New England's like bid and lost on like 7 players. What are you doing? Like, the best team in football is reworking deals with their quarterback to add another star. The Dodgers got Mookie Betts. They won a World Series. They're like, let's add Trevor Bauer. What? We just had the Cy Young winner? You were already easily the best team in baseball last year. Right? And you have Walker Buehler and Clayton Kershaw and David Price. They're like, no, let's add the best pitcher. Why? Well, why not? It used to be average to slightly above average. The bad teams went and got stars. Now the star-driven teams are adding stars. They'll figure out the cap and the problems later. Let's get another. And this leads me to the Green Bay Packers. Good God. So they did not franchise tag Aaron Jones. Great running back. That means Aaron Jones will hit the market. Someone's going to make an offer. I love Aaron Jones. By the way, they couldn't find a way to pay for J.J. Watt. And they're going to lose their center, Corey Linsley, which is amazing because he's like a Pro Bowler. Like, isn't the thing in football, this is a kind of easy one. You get the right draft picks, and then you keep them. So they got Aaron Jones in the 5th round, Corey Linsley in the 5th round. They paid them nothing. They became great. And now they're like, it's a little tight for our budget. You wonder why Aaron Rodgers sometimes gets a little prickly. The Packers are doing the opposite now of what wins titles. And they become the post office. The Packers are the post office. The rest of us now, like the Rams and the aggressive teams, no, they're the post office. You know how the rest of us can send a letter electronically? It arrives instantly and it's free. Not the Packers. Not the Packers. The Packers write a handwritten letter. And then they lick the envelope. And then they go into the drawer and they get the stamp. And then they get in their sedan and they drive to the post office. Hi, Betsy. And then they give her the letter or him. And they're like, oh, it's Friday. The mail's closed Sunday. That's what they're doing. Like, is Green Bay watching teams like the Dodgers and the Warriors? And are they watching what the Buccaneers are doing? Like, the world's changed. The great teams now, with no needs, are adding more. Dodgers didn't need Trevor Bauer. The Tampa Bay doesn't need any more stars. The Rams were winning their division and going 10-6, 11-5 with Jared Goff. It's not good enough. Golden State didn't need Kevin Durant. They won 73 games without him. The other thing is, I have this feeling about New England. Like, if dad's uptight, the family's uptight. This is my theory. I started noticing years ago, I'm kind of intense. When I was uptight, everybody's walking on eggshells in the house. So if I was in one of my moods, I just leave the house. So when dad's uptight, because dad's the big booming voice in the house, often the tallest person, the biggest person, dad, all the kids are like, ooh, and they get uptight. And mom's a little uptight. Oh, boy, your father. So I was like, loosen up, or if you're in a mood, get out of the house. The Packers now are their culture is so safe and frugal that progressive Matt LaFleur comes in, the coach, right? Young guy. What did they do on the last series of the year? They got super safe and conservative and kicked a field goal. We never thought Matt LaFleur was safe. We don't think Aaron Rodgers. These are go-getter guys. These are get her done. And at the end of the season, Matt LaFleur is like, no, I didn't kick a field goal and lick a stamp and take it to the post office and hope it. What are you doing? That's the culture of Green Bay. The culture. Have you ever been fun guy? You work at an office, everybody's uptight, and a year later you feel like, I'm uptight. Dad's uptight, the house is uptight. Boss uptight, the office uptight. Culture uptight, coach, quarterback become uptight. Green Bay needs to loosen up. Buy some leather pants. Seriously, unbutton your shirt all the way to your navel. You guys need to lighten up. You couldn't pay for J.J. Watt. You're not going to pay for Aaron Jones. Corey Linsley, you're not going to keep. Are you watching what Tampa's doing? Tampa's like, listen, we're kind of inappropriate. We may get home late. We've had too much to drink. We're going all in on it. We're going to pay for stuff we don't even need. That's winning. That's what's winning in Los Angeles. That's what's winning in Tampa. God, Aaron Jones, just let him go to the market. I don't know. Corey Linsley, can't afford him. J.J. Watt, it doesn't work for our budget. I don't know. Doesn't feel right to me. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.